Let's go through some of the top players still available that make sense for the Giants and could potentially fit some needs. So you might think they're done on the offensive line, but they could still be in the market for a center. Tyler Biadasz, a center out of Wisconsin, is a player that they could consider. We know about Wisconsin's offensive line program. They know how to coach him up. He's a player the Giants could consider to step in and compete at center with somebody like Spencer Pulley. Maybe Nick Gates can compete at center, or if John Halapio returns from his injury. Another center they could consider, Nick Harris out of the University of Washington. Very athletic center. Talking to Shona Harris, said he has some of the best feet and movement skills of centers in this class. He's still on the board and can be somebody the Giants try to develop at that position. If you want to guard, John Simpson out of Clemson, Shane Lemieux out of Oregon, two interior guards that perhaps could be targets for the Giants if they stick on the offensive line. Now, if the Giants want to go to the defensive side of the ball and stick up front, a position that Dave Gettleman loves to draft players at, there are some pass rushers that still have some value. Curtis Weaver out of Boise State. He's a pass rusher that does not have the typical body shape or frame of a pass rusher, but he was extremely productive at Boise State, and he's a guy that's still on the board. Bradley Anai, somebody that had a really nice Senior Bowl game and a very productive pass rusher at Utah, did not test very well at the combine. That's pushed him down the board, but great hands, a lot of effort, fierce competitor. He's a pass rusher that the Giants or another team might consider. You want to go back to the offensive side of the ball. Perhaps you want a tight end, Harrison Bryant out of Florida Atlantic. Probably the best tight end remaining. Did not test great at the combine, but a very productive player on the field. A good receiving tight end. He can block a little bit as well. Linebackers that know how to cover tight ends. How about Hakeem Gaither out of Appalachian State? He's one of those crossover safety linebacker hybrids that runs really fast. He's a guy that could be another unique chess piece in Patrick Graham's defense for the New York Football Giants. Then you go to the perimeter. There's still a lot of good wide receivers left there on the board. Tyler Johnson out of Minnesota, 6'2", extremely productive. KJ Hill, a slot player out of Ohio State. We know they know how to coach up their wide receivers. He had a great Senior Bowl in Mobile. He's still on the board. Perhaps, though, you want a bigger wide receiver, Colin Johnson. All these guys 6'4" taller. A very productive wide receiver out of Texas. A lot of size. Physical specimen. Small school guy. How about Antonio Gandy Golden out of Liberty? He's 6'4". He had a good Senior Bowl week. Gabriel Davis, UCF, University of Central Florida. Another big receiver, 6'4". Kind of complement the Darius Slaytons, the Sterling Shepherds, the Golden Tate. He can be a possession receiver. He can be a guy to make contested catches, back shoulder throws, a red zone target. Those are the type of wide receivers that are still on the board that the Giants might want to add. And I know you think the Giants have a lot of cornerbacks, but as Dave Gettleman said on day 2 of the draft, you can never have enough of them. Amica Robertson out of Louisiana Tech. He's a slot corner. That is just a very good football player. Aggressive, can cover man on man. The Giants do not have a player at cornerback with a ton of slot experience. Julian Love's done it a bit. Corey Ballantyne a bit. Grant Haley's done it for a couple years. But a guy like Robertson could step in and really challenge to be the starting slot in year 1 if given the opportunity. Big Blue Kickoff Live is live at noon on Saturday and Sunday afternoon to recap the draft, but we'll be live during the draft on Saturday at noon. Make sure you check it out on Giants.com streaming live. We'll see you then. Enjoy day 3 of the draft.
Hey Giants fans, Saquon Barkley here. You want to see more videos? Subscribe below.